on my laptop. My laptop's right there.
Hello.
My laptop. I am not a freak. All right. So Miranda, while you're doing that, Miranda asks, can you give another example of a good conversion rate on Lead Pages and Sendow? She's on vacation and internet keeps cutting out. We did not really give an example that much of a conversion rate because
we're actively choosing not to.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Different. Yeah.
This is a big thing, okay, guys? We're not doing it because we don't want to give it to you. We're doing it because I think that I speak for both of us when I say this. We heard that like a X percentage rate was considered good, and both of us looked at our stuff and we were like, well, crap, I suck. And so we carried that around a lot. And maybe that's just us projecting our insecurities onto you guys, but we don't want you guys to feel that way. We know like that you know your people. You know that you have an active list. You know that you have people who, if you gave them something, they would take advantage of it. You know your people. You know what to say to them. You know how to reach out to them and all of those things. So you can look at your numbers and say, oof, that didn't work. Or, ooh, why did X number of people click over but didn't buy? Like, you'll know, like, it takes a while to get to really understand those numbers, but we've gone through like our last sales cycle. What did we do? There was something that we sold and we went through it. We went through our sales cycle to the last day of our launch. And we were like, this is not working. We had a product inside of a summit or a bundle and it was in Thrivecart. And because we had an upsell, people had to input their credit card or their PayPal information for a free product. And then they were getting really cranky.
Yeah.
And so we had cranky people who were getting onto our list who weren't buying the upsell because they were cranky with us. So full stop. And so we're looking at this. We were looking at our numbers and we were like, this is bad. Like, it's a free product. We should be getting a 100% conversion rate. And we were getting a 56% conversion rate. It was bad. And so what did we do? We had no other option but to change the way that our checkout process was. And from that moment on, we got rid of the upsell so that nobody had to input their credit card information. We changed the wording in case they did. So there was a blurb underneath of it that said, you will not be charged for this free product, but if you buy anything in the future, you might be. Like something simple like that. And we saw our conversion rate go up. But we, like, guys, a 56% conversion rate on a checkout page is fantastic. Like, normally we would be like, right? But because it was free and we were like, everybody should be getting this. What is up? It's all relative. It's all relative. Like, there is not a single thing that is like, you must have this or you are a failure. We're not that kind of people. We don't want you guys to feel that way. We want you to look at your numbers objectively and look at it and say, is this good or is this bad for what I believe my people needed? And again, words are hard. It comes back also to what we're going to talk about next month, which is email. So there's 3 different steps in this process. Here's your site. Here are your processes where people can get hung up. And this is why, again, we don't want to talk conversion rates for your checkout page yet, because we can't overlook the fact that like there's lines of delineation between each one of these things.
That's a great point.
If you have a 100% open rate in your emails, and nobody clicks over to your sales page, then the problem is with your emails. If you have a 100% conversion rate of people from your email list who open all of your emails, who open all of your sales pages, and nobody's made it over to your checkout page, the issue is with your sales page. If you have 100% of the people here, 100% of the people here, 100% of the people here, and no sales, this is where the problem is. So you have to you can't just say like, what's a good sales page conversion rate? Because it all kind of comes back to, this is a process. This is a process across the board. And if we're struggling here, you're not going to get eyes here. If you're struggling here, you're not going to get eyes here. So it all kind of builds on itself. Everything is related to each other. So that said, we have both heard that a 1% conversion rate of emails subscribers to buyers is considered good. But I've also seen people who are like, I have 100 people on my list and I had 100 people who bought.
I agree 100%.
Anomalies exist.
You can't get lost in those numbers. You just want to make sure you're keeping track of them, because as long as you're improving, that's what matters.
That's all that matters.
As long as you're staying close to what your normal percentage is or consistently getting better, that is what matters.
100%.
Okay, guys. So let's start winding things down, and that pretty much should take care of everything. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your buttons are hooked up on the platform of delivery and checkout that you prefer to use. You want to make sure that you test everything so it works all the way through. And then you want to do your final steps to make that sales page live and ready to go. So that's basically your checklist for this week, getting the buttons and the tech side all figured out, and running through the process from start to finish to make sure there are no glitches that your customers may run into.
Yep.
Okay.